Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here with a layout for the Kellybell Designs creative team. We're going to visit the Tiki Room today, specifically the area outside of the Tiki Room with all of these gorgeous, very tall totem poles, and our kids were fascinated with this area of Adventureland, and so we're going to visit there in this layout today, and I'm going to use the Tiki Room digital collection. And so let's jump in. Let me show you what I've printed and cut today. This is the primary photo of Addison dancing among the totem poles, and I've used a frame element, a bamboo frame element from the collection to frame that photo, and then a secondary photo of him with the other children checking out this area. And then I have a title here. This is one of the word art pieces from the collection, and the lovely tiki gods here. I love these colorful figures, and they are what I'm intending to make the primary kind of icon here for the layout. And so I printed out all four of them, and then the main one I added a little palm frond behind his head. He has a little bit more presence there on the page. These are the gorgeous palm trees in the collection. I added a white stroke around them, or an offset in the silhouette design software to make it a little bit easier to cut them. And then this is the background. It's basically just two of the pattern papers from the collection and the ribbon element, which I created a frame using the ribbon element. And then here is my plate of embellishments and the journal spot, and I'll go through in more detail what we're going to add to jazz up this layout and really tell some awesome parts of this story. The elements in this kit are great at adding more to the story. And so I'm going to go ahead and dive in here and adhere the palm trees first. They're going to go here in the bottom right hand corner, and you'll notice as I add more and more pieces to the layout that it's almost a grid. The lower right, the lower left, the top left, and the top right of the layout, but I'm crossing some boundaries as well, and that's totally cool. You can use a grid layout to start with, and then break the rules if you want to. And so that's what I'm doing here with the main photo, kind of having it at the top center of the page. And I think that that suits this design, this page design, really well. That picture is so cute of him, and it also bridges the gap here to the journal spot, where I'm going to tuck that underneath his photo on the far right. For the title, I'm going to pop those up with my favorite pop dots. I love doing this to help things stand up off the page a little bit more, give them a little bit more presence, and then you can also tuck things underneath these popped up elements, or you can layer on top, of course, with other elements. So just some fun playing with dimension here. I didn't do anything to the word art before printing and cutting it. I just brought it straight into the silhouette and sized it to where I needed it to be. The Adventureland circle bit, I love this because it's kind of a secondary title that tells you kind of where you are in the park, and that lands underneath the primary photo and kind of gives it a little bit more presence on the layout as well. And so we're kind of I'm kind of beginning to bridge that gap between the photos and the title there. And one of the things that I was trying to accomplish was the palm trees on the lower right, they spill over that red ribbon and the green pattern paper. And so the top photo at the top left also spills over, just kind of making this like everything is overflowing. And you'll get more of this feeling as I add more and more of the embellishments. It's interesting because it felt like I didn't print a lot of embellishments, but then the page filled up really beautifully. I love how it filled up. You'll notice how there's that little bit of space between the title and the bottom of the photos. And there's also this little bit of space here around the journal spot. And so this is where another one of the Tiki God heads is going to live, right over here next to this heart. And so then we've kind of filled up that space with some supporting elements, and also, of course, one of the primary elements. And then this major element here with the Tiki God with the palm frond behind him, he's going directly in between those two photos and taking his spot at the top. He is directly at the top, kind of mimicking the idea of the totem poles in this area. The other two totem head Tiki God heads here are going to go on either side of the title. And so we're bringing emphasis here to the title. I'm going to tuck this little bird of paradise into the title itself and just kind of stick that in between the foam dots there, and then let that Tiki God live there next to that bird of paradise. They just blend together there, but the texture of the birds of paradise looks really cool next to his head. There were also the cutest little parrots in this collection. I could go gaga over the parrots. And so I had to include them. They're a kind of supporting characters here. I placed one at the bottom right-hand corner just to give that area of the page a little bit more color, I think. And then the pink one is peeking out from behind the R. And then the other one is just peeking out above the enchanted word, kind of pointing at Adventureland. The other thing I've got still here to add to the layout are these word strips, and I cut some pieces of ribbons from the kit itself. And so those go great with the word art pieces or the word strips. Again, bringing in more color where it seems like a good idea. There's a lot of green on this page, which I love, and that was very intentional, very green and lush, and just lots to look at. And having put everything in there, I'm going to call the layout done. And so I'll let you just take a look here at some of the layering and some of the elements. Of course, I will have detail photos at the end of the video and also on my social media. So be sure to follow me on those accounts. They will be listed down below. I will have a list of product links for you down below as well for the Tiki Room kit from Kellybell Designs. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye-bye.